Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Principles of Leadership. Three essential leadership traits are humanity, clarity, and courage. After graduation, each of us wants to become a leader in our respective domains, and for that, we need to develop our skill. We in SHA Data University help professionals and freshers to become leader in database technology. Every leadership maintains certain principle. So to know what are the principles of a leadership, today my guest is Ms. Shilpa Joshi. She is having around 29 years of experience in service industry. So let us call her on board without wasting time. Good evening,
Thank you,
Silpa.
Sanjay. Good
How are
evening,
you?
good evening, Sanjay. I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, so you are having around 29 years of experience. Can you just share me like your journey and how you become the leaders in one of the topmost of MNCs?
Okay, sure. So I started very small at the bottom, absolutely. And why I'm just sharing this is that just to tell everybody, no matter where you start, you can always reach where you want to reach, right? So I started at a national airline at that point of time, 29 years back. It was the
Okay.
only airline available in India for domestic. And I started in the service industry. I worked there for 3 years. Somehow I always felt there is something more I can do. And I then gave the probationary officers examination for banking officers. That time there used to be examination and entrance
Right.
to be an officer in the bank, right? So I gave that examination. From there, I went to a very old private sector bank, which was a renowned bank at that point of time, and I served there for 11 years. What
Okay.
happened is that whenever you start taking your career for granted, some surprises come for you, and you
Right.
have to be ready for those surprises, and you have to pass those tests. And after that, I had to shift to a private sector bank, which was the biggest leap of faith for me. And I got a wonderful leaders there, and I kept learning, I kept growing, I kept acquiring mastery in whatever I do, and I'll share more when we talk further on your questions. And then
Right.
I joined a new private sector bank. Before that, I also started a business venture, which I left for an advisory position in the biggest bank. There, I could lead a team. I could effectively manage the topmost functions in the bank. And that's
Right.
why I could get an opportunity with one of the most renowned MNC. I'm not sharing the names of the any organizations here, but it's all available on my LinkedIn profile. So everybody
Okay.
can go and see it out there. While I
Yeah.
was working there, I realized that there is so much more impact I can do when I can be on my own. And I've served in the service industry for 29 years. Now it's time for me to serve individually. And that's when I took another leap of faith. But this has been a massive experience, and a massive experience of a leadership as well as contribution.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thanks for sharing your details. You have started your journey from very tiny, and right now you are into a foundation of next generation success expert,
Yes,
right? Next level
yes,
success expert. Okay,
yes,
we'll
yes.
talk to you later. I want to know what are the principles that you followed when you was leading a team?
Yeah. So actually, these are the principles I followed whether I was performing individually and especially as a leader. And I'll keep it brief so you can ask any other questions if you want.
Yes, yes,
One is never ever give up on yourself or your team, because there would be challenges, there would be failures, there would be success. But at the time when things are not going right, we should never ever give up, neither on us nor on our team. Secondly, is it's very important to keep growing as a person and also as a team, sometimes in size and sometimes in the scope of activities. Because if you are not growing, that means you're going backward. That's what I have
Right.
learned.
Yes.
And when I say
That's true.
growing, it's not only in the terms of elevation or in terms of designation, it's enhancing your knowledge, your skill, and your network, right? If you
Yeah.
keep growing all this as a leader, as a team, it would be very, very important for your team, for yourself, and also for an organization when you have a larger network. The
Right.
third thing is always think in terms of adding value. So, value plus hard work. That's the best thing which works as a leader, because it's not only hard work and it's not only value. Even if you have immense knowledge, unless you can create results out of it, it's not going to help anyone. So these are
True.
the three things I think I followed. There is one more thing I followed as a leader, is that knowing your non-negotiables. What are the things you can negotiate and what are the things that are absolutely must for you? Because as a team leader only you can decide that.
Right. Very true. Very true. Okay. What are the principles that you suggest to all our professionals to follow who all wants to become leaders in their respective domains?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a very interesting question, Sanjay. And what I share is I'll share it from all my experience.
Yeah,
We always, as a leader or as an individual performer, because when we are a leader, we are also an individual employee, or the functionary in the bank. So we have to take care of our performance as well as the team's performance, right? But we have to keep building both. There are two types of skills as I consider. One is your technical skills, which is related
right,
to your expertise, your field. Like for you, you are an IT expert. So you
right,
will have all the skills related to your profession, the upgrades, everything, right?
right,
So
right,
building those, plus also there are non-technical skills. Yeah. So build on non-technical skills as well, because that's what is expected at a leadership level.
right,
Some people
right,
I have seen, they have grown in career around me and they're very best friends of mine, and somehow they give heavy weightage to only technical skills, right? But what happens at that point of time is real challenge is always not a technical skill, because you have a team to even take care of that.
right. Yes,
What
yes.
we need to step forward is on the non-technical part of the skill, because if we are neglecting other skills, then maybe we are not giving the full leadership experience to the team and also to the organization. So there are two parts to it. That is the one part of it. Secondly, when I say non-technical skills, the most importance I will give to people skills. There are organizational, challenges I have faced, because sometimes the people leaders are the best experts in their technical skills, but they never thought that people skill is equally required to conduct the day-to-day function, keep the team impact and motivated,
And that is
especially in.
most important.
Yeah. Is it? Do you also think that way?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's motivating.
Absolutely. Yeah, because what happens is like the testing times, like pandemic, right? Where you had to
Mhm.
spread, you couldn't see your team for years, right?
Right.
And you still have to perform at the same level or maybe slightly at a higher level.
Yes,
That's when your people skill, the connections you have built with your team, that's the only thing which is going to come to help you, nothing else,
true.
right? So that's why the people skill. Second skill, I would highly suggest, or I would say has benefited me and the very effective leaders in my life, is their communication skills. And these days, we consider communication skills in a very narrow form, right? It's not just giving presentation as a communication skill, right? Or giving a
Yeah.
great interview or conducting a great meeting. The
Right.
communication skill is also now like you and me are talking,
Hmm.
right? The
Interactive. Yeah.
communication skill is also like suppose you conduct a meeting today and you give clear communication, clear messaging to your team. And most of the time, if we don't do that, we waste a lot of energy later explaining what exactly I was expecting, right? So
Right.
as a leader, communication skill, I would say, is the first one we should start working on.
Yeah.
Other
Uh,
one, I would, yeah, go ahead, Sanjay. Yeah, you
like
said.
communication skill should be crisp and clear.
Yes,
It's not a
absolutely.
huge lengthy, and but it should be crisp and clear to all your team members, to whoever it may be.
Yeah,
Am I right?
yeah.
Though I'm
Yeah.
not a leader like you, but still,
No, no, you're a great leader. I know that we work together, so I know you're a very calm, composed, a very strong leader, and who
thank you.
support the team, right? And your communication also, I've seen like between you and me, and with you and your team, is very clear. And
Yeah.
the clear communication starts from our thinking, right? If
Right.
as a leader, my thought process is clear, the
Yes.
communication would be more clearer. Yeah, so before communicating anything, and I have learned that it is our responsibility as a communicator that other person receives what we want them to receive,
Right. Right.
because it's
Right.
our ownership.
Yes.
So
Very true.
communication skill I can't emphasize enough, and in when I coach people on their other skills, even this is a skill I always talk about, right? So that's the one. Then another thing is that as a leader, there is one aspect about thinking we have to adopt, which is not a superficial thinking but a deep thinking. Yeah,
Right.
because the deep thinking is what will make us different, which will make us a proactive leader. So ability to think deep is another aspect I would say. And yeah, that's the mainly what I would want to say as a leader.
Okay. No, okay, this is for the professionals who are following. Now, many freshers, they want to become a leader in their career. And what are
Yeah.
the tips? Like, if someone tries to make having a team of, say, more than 50 people, so how to manage them? What are the tips that you suggest to all our
Yeah, yeah, a great
freshers?
question. Yes, great question, Sanjay. And I would like to divide it into two, if it is okay with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
definitely. Sure.
first one I will
Sure.
talk about those who are aspiring leaders and they
Yeah,
want to become a people leader, right? Because
right.
these may be freshers or put in 3 to 5 years in an organization and now ready for next step.
Sure. Yeah.
What I would recommend, what has helped me so far, is is 3 to 4 things which helps you to get from one position to the next position. Is your mastery, right?
Yeah.
Because if we become too generalist, then what happens is that we can't create enough impact. So pick
Mhm.
up one particular area in your work profile where you have a mastery. You have complete knowledge of it. You know whom to network, what to do, where to search, being resourceful. So being resourceful is another aspect so that you can be visible in the organization. The leadership comes with all these things combined together, the impact you create, right? Then the
Right.
next one is solution oriented approach. Till that time, when we are new, when we are junior, we have bosses and we go to all of them and we say, sir, this is not working, what should I do, abhi ye ho gaya, abhi aisa karna hai, right? So we do that. When we want to go to
Yeah.
another position, we'll have to start thinking like them, right?
Yeah.
And see the solution, like whom do you respect in your team now, right? Those who bring solution to you.
Right.
So that's the one. And third most important thing in the terms of initial growth is that everything is new to us when we become leader. Nobody tells us how to be a leader. Yeah. There are leadership
Cool.
videos and everything available and some trainings. But actually, the first thing I would tell new leader is protect your confidence. Yeah,
Most
you have
important.
to protect
Yeah.
your confidence and do whatever it takes for them. Maybe you develop your competence, learn something new, or get mastery on what you have to deliver, understand your team well, and protect your own confidence. because when you show the confidence, the team will be acting more confidently. Yeah,
Yes, sure.
these are the things
Very
I
true.
would like to say for new aspiring leader. Your views, Sanjay, you would want to add anything?
No, it's very true. Like a leader have to perform. It's not a position. You have to perform, and if you are performing, then only your team will perform. So, like you have to give them the direction.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then there was a second part of your question is that when somebody is already a leader and he has a bigger team to manage,
Right,
as a
right,
new leader or as a maybe mid-level, leader, what are the important things?
right,
I would say first is definitely build your network. In any organization, if you build a network, if you are connected to other stakeholders internally and externally, you obviously get a lot of support and a help when you need. Yeah, because when you are actually in the problem is not a right time to start building any network, and people always help. Yeah, when you
right.
have a right connection, people always help. That's what I've
Yes,
seen.
yes, yes,
Secondly, is that having to earn respect and having to earn that respect by performing. Yeah. When you start earning respect of your team, you get the best support.
right. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And that's when you stop convincing and you start leading.
Right.
Otherwise, we're in the phase of convincing everyone, right?
Yes.
The next one is being authentic, right? If I say no matter what, this has to be done, and if I am not performing what I'm saying for my senior management, then the team would obviously, discount what I say.
Mm, mm. Very
So we
true.
have to be authentic. We also have to be sometimes vulnerable, because it's not always being very strong and I'm the perfect one and nothing goes wrong with me kind of an approach, right?
Yes,
Because there have
yes,
been times when I have gone to my team and said, hey, look, this is what I've been trying. I'm stuck here. Is there anybody of you who can, solve this for
yeah.
me? Yeah. So let's work together.
Mm.
When we
Very
have
true.
that kind of an approach, people trust us because we are not building that I'm the kind of a know everything kind of a person here, right? So I think people grow together, your team grows with you. So being authentic is very important. The third most
Yes.
important thing I would say is that self leadership. If I am not able to lead myself, my thoughts, my actions, and my discipline, I think I can't lead somebody else.
True.
Not
Very,
only in the office organization, in real life as well. If we are
yes,
not able to lead ourselves, we are not able to lead anybody else.
yes,
So self leadership is what I strive for. This is also what I coach people on, because when you win over you, you can win over others. And I
right.
see you a great example of self leadership, Sanjay.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it, but I would want you to share that as well sometimes. Like, what do you do
yeah.
for self leadership? Can you share one single tip how you remain calm and confident every time?
See, if you are a leader, first thing is that if you leading a team, you have to listen to them. First thing is that it's not every time you overreact or react or you make your decision and just put it over them. You have to listen to them. There might be certain thing that they want to express, and there might be something that they are good enough from you, so you have to listen. And yeah, like I have to finish anything if I get a deadline. So I will prefer like I give the team a deadline. Suppose I got a deadline of say at 2 o'clock today. I have to. So I have prepared my team in that manner that they should deliver me by 12, so that
Yeah,
I got
some
sufficient time on
leverage.
hand. Yeah. So that is the main principle I follow basically. So to overcome, because see, if I am having a tat, so I have to maintain that tat. Otherwise, you cannot continue with this. You have
Yeah,
to complete it. Anything in that commitment should be fulfilled, right?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. And then coming to your other point of the leaders who have already gone a little far ahead, right? And
Yeah,
how they should, once their team starts expanding. Okay. So
right,
what happening is that when there is a consolidated small team, the communication is with everybody. We know everyone, what's happening. We are on top of things, right? But when the team expands, sometimes we have to build process wherein you can get the constant updates of what you need to know. And for that, creating a specific SOP or a structure so that you do not lose touch with reality.
right.
Yeah. And
Very
when
true.
we know and when we have clear instructions to the team when to reach out to you, what are the important criterias when they should not delay connecting with you, who are the persons they should reach out to. If that is made clear and the structure is formed, what happens is that you as a leader are still connected with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the three C's, what I would say is important is that courage, confidence, and conviction.
Okay. Yeah.
The leader always have to have all these three things bigger than anyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
As I
have,
said in the beginning, leaders should have humanity is the first
yeah,
point. Then it should be courage, and it should be clear.
yeah,
Clarity should be there.
absolutely. Courage is very important aspect because you have to keep a courage when things are very tough for you, yeah, for your team. Because if
Yeah.
they start seeing you panicking and losing the patience or using inconsistent language, right, giving inconsistent advice and different directions, what's going to happen is that they would feel the situation has gone worse than what it is,
Right.
right? So connection is to accept what has gone wrong, connection, courage to stand for your team, courage to take ownership of what has gone wrong. Yeah,
Yes.
it's not passing the parcel and passing the blame
Mm.
and pointing out fingers,
It will not help.
because yeah, that will not help. And courage also to say no. Sometimes you know that there is unrealistic timeline, right? If you are not convinced, you can't convince your team.
Right.
So courage to being very realistic about what's happening, but also a courage to go forward and test the waters. It's not
Right.
always being safe, but it is also to be ready to adventure as well. So that's courage altogether.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of courage when you earn that trust from management, when you earn trust with your team members, and when you have your self conviction and skills,
Right.
right? So that's the part of it. And third part I would say is conviction. Conviction is more to do with self belief,
Hmm.
belief in the systems, right? Belief in your own team and people. Yeah.
Right.
Because sometimes it happens is that things are getting delayed, we are internally panicking, but having that, I know my team will pull through this, I
Right.
know they
That
have
confidence.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. And being available to them on the field. It's not that you sit at some distance and let them
That
keep
will not
struggling.
work. That
Yeah.
will not work.
Yeah, that will never work. So keeping that connection. Second most important quality is that being resilient, like not losing your calmness in the moment of testing, also day to day operations, because there is a fine line between being good and being firm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we have to be somewhere in between there, because we can be good to everybody on a personal level, but we can
Right.
be firm at a professional level, because
Yes.
both has to be taken care of, right? So
Right.
that is important. Another thing which has helped me is building resilience more, knowing that okay, we would do it, this would happen, we will find the solution together. I would be able to redirect my team to the right person, right policies, right processes. I will be able to help them grow in their life, right? And this is what is having at the core, because if we as a leader is not taking care of our team, uh, we are not doing the right work.
Right. Very true. Very true.
Yeah,
We have to take the action. Leaders have to take the action.
yeah,
Okay, great. Okay, now, I have heard that, okay, you have have a next level success expert. So, if a professional wants to, how you help professionals to become a next level success? What is it
Yeah,
all
very
about?
good
Can you
question.
just,
A very good question. It's a very interesting one, actually. As I said, that when you are growing in your job or in an organization, there are two things you work on, right? One is you work on your work, your function, your work, your actually day to day things, right? But second thing is you should never stop working on yourself.
right?
Why?
Yeah, true. Very
Because
true.
if we are not getting bigger, if we are not getting stronger, if we are not acquiring more skills, then I think we are doing disservice to ourselves,
Mhm.
right? And every working professional, like I was in that one place, I thought, if you did work hard, you work for 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, that is enough, right? It's not enough, because you're not working on yourself at all then. Maybe whatever time you get on Saturdays, Sundays, traveling, all that time should be utilized to work on yourself, your personal development, your thought development, your skill
True.
development. I'm learning from my mentor, and one of my mentors says, which is my success principle, is that you never have an income problem. Yeah, you have a skill problem.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
So
other
I,
ways, true.
yeah, that's very true, because
Very true.
he always tells me, Shilpa, it's not income. That's not your problem. You don't have right skills.
Very true.
So, which are those right skills? So, when I want to take people to the next level, what has to be their mindset shift? What has to be their skill set shift? What has to be their character shift?
Okay.
And when I mean next level success, is what happens, Sanjay ji, is that when we are successful, right? When we are not successful, we are struggling for
Struggling.
survival, right? I should
Hmm.
get a job, I should get a salary, I should earn an income, I should take care of my family expenses. Then you become a leader, you become little more successful. When you get little success, what happens is that most of the time that success starts defining us.
Mm.
Okay, I have this designation, now this is my job, now this is what I would get off my job, and we get stuck there. So our success should not define us, we should define our success.
Right.
And then we have to go to next level. The previous things which helped me to get from here to here is not going, never gonna help me to get from here to here. Yeah. So what has to change? What has to change? People are lost. Like, I want to take the next level people is like from burnout, from feeling lost, from feeling exhausted to feeling energized, from feeling directionless to having a clear path, so that what am I going to do next 20 years in my life, what kind of
Okay.
life I want to live. So far, when we reach up to 40, we do everything because our kids have to get education, our family has to be supported, I have financial obligations, right? You have to buy a house, you have to pay the loan. But what's going to happen? How long can you continue like this, right?
Okay.
And that's the phase when you start feeling, that frustration, that upsetness, you start losing your peace of mind. And that's when I help people, what exactly is missing out, why you feel that way, why burnout, right? Why that anxiety? And that's
Okay.
when they have to start leaving what has helped them so far, that's the difficult phase, right? And start moving ahead. For
Okay.
that, the mindset has to shift, the limiting beliefs has to shift, the behavior has to change.
Okay.
And I help people to go from being burnout to feeling energized again. I help them from losing their faith in themselves to have built unshakable confidence again, right? From not having boundaries, like these days people are working 24/7. It's not
Mm.
9 to 5 job anymore, it's 9 to
No.
9. Morning
Right.
9 to next day morning 9, right? It's
Right.
24
Right.
hours.
Right.
And how long we can do that? Not very long time.
No.
It affects your health, it affects your spiritual peace connection, it starts affecting slowly the way we think of the world, and the way we think we are limited.
Hmm.
And I don't want anybody to limit their potential unless they are very happy with what they have, right? If somebody feels I'm stuck, I really have seen that feeling, and I want to help those people.
Great,
uh,
great.
my message, Sanjay ji, is, as I always tell you, is like, you own your life. How can you make this ownership the proud one? That's the
Right.
question.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I also love to join this type of program. Like, if
Yes.
if someone likes to join your program, how could
Yeah.
is what is the process that you follow,
Yeah.
or what is the
Okay.
process?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Is that, and I would also like to add that I have also written a book. So I'll share a link of that book with you all and the
Sure.
viewers so that they can go through that. It's not because it is my book. The book's name is called The Empower Code, right? I'll show you the
Okay.
book.
Yeah. Share me the link. I will put it in the description so that, yeah.
It's called the Empower Code. It is about the 7 personal powers which will help you to go to the next level, being richer, stronger, and happier. Finally, that's what we want to be, right? Rich,
Yes.
strong, and
Yes.
happy. Yeah.
Yes.
And the process to join the way work I do is at different levels. They can first join my Facebook group where it's called the Next Level Professionals. I'll share the link with
Mhm.
you. And
Yeah.
I invite very serious, committed people there who want to take action, who want to understand the real success principles to go ahead. Second step
Okay.
is also they can join me and follow me on LinkedIn and Insta, where I share a lot of insights and strategies. And the third one is that then joining my personal mentorship and coaching that I do after a certain specific evaluation. And as you know, we work with committed people. Like, you also work with committed people, those who are committed to their own
Yes.
success.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
I have an evaluation process. After that, I take the mentorship process.
Okay. Great. Yeah, it's nice talking to you. I think the people who are watching this, like they have got benefited from this, if someone wants to go for next level success, they can really connect with Silpa ji, and who wants to get involved in database technology, they can connect us for their
Yeah.
next
Can I
level
can I say
success.
something about that? Can
Yeah,
I say something about that?
sure,
So
sure.
I want to talk to viewers because I work closely with Sanjay and his team, and what I see is that Sanjay ji and Upendra, they are so dedicated to the cause, right? They are so focused on genuine and absolutely intense work with the people join them, and they are the ones who give the guarantee to people to change their and re-engineer their life, which can create an immense impact. It's not only on the finance side, it's also the way they are respected in their profession. So I think, Sanjay, you are doing a great job there. I simply love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
And that I would highly recommend everyone.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you. We'll meet again. And
Yes.
for now, thank you all. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you. Thank you.